Okay. Don't know what happened. But what's up, guys? It's your boy Vic. It's been like a week since I put up a video or so, like probably a little bit, like a week and a day. Been pretty busy, been getting, newer cards and things. Working on multiple different decks. I'm actually using a different deck than my Pen Magicians now. I'm trying to finish the one deck. Like literally, like these are all like extra deck cards, like mainly, like literally. These are all the extra deck cards I have. I have more than that. I got cards everywhere. Like, in all honesty, like guys, like, truth be told, I've got all types of cards. Like, let's think about that. Like, I don't borrow any cards from my friends when I do any of my videos. All the cards that I use in my videos are my own cards. I purchased them off of, for myself. That way I don't have to worry about giving it back or anything like that, or when I need to do an update of the deck profile or anything. I don't have to worry about trying to borrow the card back or anything. But besides the point, today I'm bringing you guys my Pen Magician FTK deck profile. The deck that I told you guys that I went 2 wins, 2 losses at my locals. There was like almost like 4 or 5 people at my locals that day. The same day that I posted my boy Martino Dang's Metaphor Trudeco deck profile that he made first place. That's the day that I told you when he was saying, he was like, yo, there was like 2 people playing Pen Magician FTK. There was more people than 2 people like playing FTK decks. That day I faced the 6 a.m. FTK, but sorry about that. Let's get straight to the point, guys. Today I'm bringing you my Pen Magician FTK. Let's get it. We're gonna start off with the monsters first. First off, let's get it. This deck is run. This is like the starter engine. This is the engine of the deck. Like everybody already knows. Astrograph Saucer, Chronograph Saucer engine. Let's get it, because you can't forget your boy Astrograph and Chronograph. I've seen multiple different deck profiles where people are just splashing this engine in every deck. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a very viable engine. The Saucer engine is what I like to call it. But to continuing on, Harmonizing Magician. I use her like, she's dope. She's like so nasty. Pendulum summoner from hand, special summon another magician from deck. Like, she's dope, hands down, and she does not restrict. She's not restricted to any level magician or anything when she special summons from deck. She special summons any magician from deck. Then we got 3 purple poison. Then we got 3 black fang. Another dope card. Like, in all honesty, I love him. 1 curtain raiser, because I only have 1. You can only use this effect once per duel anyways, but I go through my deck so much that I almost pretty much am certain I really don't need any other one besides him. Now, for the next engine in my deck, the Supreme King Gate engine. I run 3 Dark Worm, 2-0, 1 Infinity. This is dope. I use the Supreme King Gate 0 and Infinity, destroy themselves in pen scales, to search out for my instant fusion. Is completely broken. I love it. And then this is the fact of, if you control no monsters and Dark Worms and Graves, special summon them, like, I love it. I always Foolish Barrel him or Dragon Shrine him. That's the monsters. I played 24 monsters. Now to get into the spells, guys. I play 1 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish Burial, 1-star Pendulum Graph, 1 Upstart Goblin. Those are my one-ofs. Yeah, those are my only one-ofs in this deck. Each one of them are very viable. Foolish Burial, send Supreme King, Dragon, Darkworm from deck to grave. Dragon Shrine, same thing. 1-star Pendulum Graph, because Pendulum Graph is really good to start off combos and all that, but I needed more space for the Supreme King Gate engine, so I took out my other star Pendulum Graph, because originally I was playing 2-star Pendulum Graph and 2 time Pendulum Graphs, but this works out perfectly fine the way it is right here. And 1 Upstart Goblin, because why not play 39 cards, right? Now for the other cards in my deck. There we go. We're about to move this over just a little bit more. There we go, guys. 2 Duelist Alliances. Yeah, that looks good enough. 2 Potted Desires. 2 Wavering Eyes. Yes, I main 2 Wavering Eyes. I was maining 3 Wavering Eyes because of how much everybody else is playing Pendulum Magicians. But right now, I only main my 2. So, and of course, 3 Instant Fusions. Yes, I know that's my only ultra rare. Eventually, I plan on getting 3 ultra rares, because you know what they say, you know, the shinier, the more you're able to play it. 1 Pendulum Call, and for the traps, 2 time Pendulum Graph. That's my spell and trap lineup. As you can see, I only played 2 traps, 2 time Pendulum Graph. Time Pendulum Graph came in clutch more than once. There was one time this one guy bore loaded me, and he was like, bore load's not affected by any card effects. And I said, no, bore load says he's not affected by monster effects. I can time Pendulum Graph him. So I popped my Purple Poison Magician, and also with time Pendulum Graph, and time Pendulum Graph destroyed bore load, and Purple Poison ended up actually popping one of his other cards. It was pretty dope. Like, he was like, what? I was like, yeah, let's get it. Now for my extra deck. I'm playing, let's put it right up there so you can see it a little bit better. 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare. Dope. There was times I made Evil Swarm Nightmare and my opponent would go to special summon something, and I'm like, Evil Swarm Nightmare says no, detach XZ, and your special summon monster is now in face down defense position. He was like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, so let's get it. Time Star Magician, he's one of my favorite cards to actually go into, to actually search into. Pretty much I use him to search other magicians and then go into other combos. And also for the fact of, his effect says if I believe it says if a Pendulum monster, right? You can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, add to your hand 1 dark spellcaster type monster from your deck graveyard, or face up from your extract. Once per turn, if a Pendulum monster card and your monsters on the Pendulum Zone would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 1 spellcaster type monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. Dope. This was the card that I told you guys that I got a bad ruling for at the regionals, which cost me one of my losses, which I would have won 3 wins. Yeah, 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, which would have put me in top out of 210 players. 1 Odd Eyes Absolute, because why not? The Odd Eyes Vortex engine, you guys already know what that is. Now for my Link monsters, my Link setup is a little bit different than everybody else's, because I only have 1 Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, so please work with me, guys. 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Proxy Dragon, 1 Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, 1 Trigate Wizard, and 1 Zephyr Metaltron. Trigate Wizard came into clutch multiple times, and actually, believe it or not, Zephyr Metaltron put in probably the most work besides Heavy Metaphors Electromite. Because Heavy Metaphors Electromite, of course, you guys already know, that card starts off plays. And once you see Electromite, if you don't stop him, you already know you're screwed. Now for my synchro setup, Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer. These are the only two synchros that I mainly play. I was actually maining, what's his name? Enlightenment Paladin. Because it's just for the fact of after I use the spell card, I always like going into Enlightenment Paladin. Enlightenment Paladin's effect, since the whole deck is Pendulum spellcasters, you use that as the material, and then it basically says you can add a spell card from your graveyard to your hand. And then add the card from the graveyard to your hand. Yada, yada, yada. But Ignister Prominence, wow. Yeah, he helped me win a lot of games. And so did Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, because my opponents would never thought that he's basically, you summon him, he's a Regeki. Oh no, he's not a Regeki, he's a Lightning Vortex. It's only face-up monsters. Face-up attack wizard monsters. If this card single summoned, you can destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Yeah, face-up monsters. He's a Lightning Vortex. Now for my fusions that I play 1,000 as Restrict, one Independent Layerless Independent Nightingale. I used her a lot. I didn't FTK anybody at my locals because at the time I didn't want to rely on the FTK strategy to beat them. I wanted to make sure that if somebody were to stop my FTKs, I had other outs in the duel to make sure that I win. So if anything, I would always go Layerless Independent Nightingale and burn my opponent for at least 4,000 damage. Because Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Because Layerless says that, once per turn, you can basically burn your opponent for 500 damage per level that your monster is. Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom is 8 stars, level 8, so he burns for 4,000 damage. So, for summoning her, I already burned my opponent for 500, and then go Starving Venom, and then burn for 4,000. And I could have went into a second Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, and then burned my opponent for rest, but I made sure that I put pressure on myself to push myself to the max to make sure, just in case my opponent does stop my plays or something, I have other outs in the duel. But I still always would attack for piercing damage with my Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom on my opponent, and they'd be like, wait, what? How much attack is he? I'm like, yeah, he's 6,800, so game. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, that was OTK, so let's get it. Vortex, because you already know, guys. Oddly enough, Vortex is like really dope. Vortex was one of the reasons that my one opponent, he was playing a 6 Samurai FTK at UI, and pretty much once I stopped all his other plays last duel, destroyed his monsters, and then he drew a card, played a face down, and he was like, alright. He was pretty much hoping that I wasn't going to do anything else. Ended up going into Odd Eyes Absolute, getting rid of my own Absolute, and sat on Vortex. And what else was it? I think I had a Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, and I had an Link in the extra monster zone was Zephyr Metaltron. And I just sat on him, and I was like, is this game? And he was like, I'm scooping. And last but not least, 2 Supreme King Dragon Starving Venoms. This was my monster lineup, guys. Sorry, I'm like really OCD about all my cards. There's a certain order I have all my cards usually. But if I had another Electromite, I would most likely play another Electromite. Can't even lie. If I had another Electromite, I'd actually probably take out. Ooh, that's a good one. I'd probably take out Time Star, because I can play without Time Star. I only play Time Star because I really like him. Plus, I don't have another Electromite. Although the other day I finally got my Saruja. I might end up playing him. Now for my side deck. For my side deck cards, Effect Veiler, 3 Effect Veiler. Because if you're playing if I were to play the mirror match, I would have decided an Effect Veiler, use Effect Veiler on Electromite. You pretty much stop the plays, because if they're going into Effect Veiler Electromite, you mainly know that they're trying to start off their combos, and they already had used like 2 resources already just to make their Electromite. So you really like stop their plays. They go from a 5-card hand to a 3-card hand, or if they went second and they were making Electromite, then you already know they used up 2 of the resources and they only have 4 cards in hand, which dumbs down their plays if they did that order. But yeah, they usually probably use about 3 cards to make Electromite. Most of the time it's you scaling off monsters, or they go into, if they use Rescue Rabbit, then it's a 1-card combo. Rescue Rabbit, normal, banish Rescue Rabbit, special summon 2 normal monsters from deck, go into Electromite, and so on and so forth. But yeah, you already most likely know you shut down their normal play, and you shut off the majority of their plays right then and there, because at least then they can't obtain Astrograph Saucer. But now continuing, 1 Kaiju Slumber, Jizukiru, Godarla, and Kamungus. I would have Gameciel in here, but Gameciel is actually in my other deck right now. But these were the Kaijus that I mained, because I can easily get over Kamungus with Godarla or Jizukiru, or if they had a Gameciel, so on and so forth. I can make other things, but you know what it is. The 3rd Wavering Eyes was side decked, so I could use Wavering Eyes just in case if I was against a Pendulum matchup of some sorts. I would put main in my 3rd Wavering Eyes. I had 1 Pendulum matchup, and it was against actually a Pen Magician FTK and my boy Spencer. He's a lot better with the Pen Magician FTK deck than I am, and actually my Pen Magician FTK deck was incompleted at the time. But I still ran it the way I had ran it, because at the time I only had 1 instant fusion, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, let's get into it. The 3rd Duelist Alliance. The 2nd Star Pendulum Graph. If I was very confident into going into combos, I would have mained in the 2nd Star Pendulum Graph and used it from there. My 2nd Pendulum Call, and then I actually sided in extra deck monsters depending on the matchups. Trapeze Magician for the Trickstar matchup, because you stop their burn damage after you go into the Trapeze Magician. Abyss Dweller for the Burning Abyss matchup, because I was like really prepared this time. I had sided in Abyss Dweller, that way I could use Abyss Dweller, because I had lost to a Burning Abyss matchup like 2 weeks before that locals, and I was completely prepared that if I was gonna face against a Burning Abyss deck or a True Draco deck, I was gonna go into Abyss Dweller and shut down plays from there. And last but not least, Deco Talker for when you want to beat over Borreload and the majority of, a lot of other monsters. Because, can't lie, Deco Talker for 3, he goes up to 3,300. A lot of people don't realize, like, that's pretty strong, You can beat over a lot of monsters that way. But, that is my deck profile, guys. I do have a Pendulum Paradox, so I'm going to end up probably siding Pendulum Paradox. I don't know what I'm gonna take out. I'm probably gonna take out, in all honesty, no, I need a third Wavering Eyes. Wavering Eyes is not taking out in February, not taking out my Kaiju package. Actually, I probably 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I have 14 cards, so that was a 14 card. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That was a 14 card. So the 15 cards Pendulum Paradox for a side deck. There you go. But that concludes the deck profile. But yeah, guys, that concludes my Pendulum Magician FTK deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. I know a lot of times I leave in my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. But that isn't, to force people to like and subscribe, guys. That's just to be like, hey guys, don't forget, if you enjoy my content, like and subscribe. So, I really got to work on my editing and all that. But yeah, sorry, I'm clearing my throat a lot because I had something in my throat. Oh, it's horrible. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching, and till next time, guys, peace.